Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. So, I think I really gotta start today's video off by making it a point of emphasis that, Andre Drummond during his time in Detroit and the small stint on the Cleveland Cavaliers, I've always thought that Andre Drummond has been given more just kind of like hate than a lot of other players in the NBA. I think a big part of that was because, obviously Detroit's not like a big popular franchise and stuff like that. And his time there, they were not a very good team. Plain and simple, man. Like him is like number one, number two option at times. It just never really resulted in W's, man. So therefore, he's been trashed by tons of NBA fans out there. But I'm gonna say, man, I am going to have like literally a permanent migraine from this because we are literally going to see the full spectrum of delusion when it comes to the hype of an NBA player. Like literally we are going to go from completely trashed in Detroit / Cleveland to having to deal with Laker fans completely talking about Andre Drummond, like he's going to be damn Shaquille O'Neal, man. I mean, we already saw it with Kyle Kuzma, people saying, oh yeah, there was, believe it or not, man, there was a time and place where Kuzma, where people were, the Laker fans were saying he was going to be better than Jason Tatum, man. Like, literally, we have to deal with that type of delusion. And I'm going to say, like I said, to start this video, I don't think Andre Drummond is a bad player. I honestly think it's a fantastic signing. It's just that permanent headache from the mindset that we literally have to, like, we've never seen this before, man. Have we ever seen a player in a position like Drummond? At one time, I mean, before a few years ago, Drummond was looked upon as like a franchise type of guy that was going to get like a max contract. All of a sudden he's probably going to get like maybe $10 million a season now. I would have to imagine something like that. To now being on a team with a fan base like the Lakers. And I'm not trying to disrespect the Laker Nation, man. Like, there's a lot of you guys out there that are completely sensible fans. If you're watching this, you're one of them, man. Like, completely ignore this. But we do know with franchises like the Lakers, there does come extremely delusional fans. And, more not so much like the Lakers as like the LeBron James following can have at times, right, man? And I am literally at a point. Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Andre Drummond is going to be signing with the Lakers today. I don't know if I even mentioned that. You guys saw the tweet. So yeah, here we're at with that, man. But I will say straight up, hey, by the way, the Pistons won the trade with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I got trashed last year for a man around the trade deadline because the Pistons traded Drummond for John Henson Brandon in a second round pick, baby, where the Cleveland Cavaliers bought him out. So, hey, Pistons won the trade. I'm just going to say that, man. So, I want an apology in the comment section below if you were one of the people roasting me for that, man. Be mad about that trade. I'm still mad about it. Come on now. Literally drafting a guy like that. But I actually love the signing for the Lakers. Like, all things considered, part of me is happy the Pistons and are in a rebuild because I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with this shit, bro. The damn super team Nets and now this Lakers team. Like, I don't feel like dealing with it, man. All of a sudden now where it's like, I'm excited. If it's not a Lakers Nets finals, I will be disappointed. That is the finals that I do personally want to see because it is these two like juggernaut teams. But I also feel bad for like the teams out there that just have like good, sensible rebuild squads and stuff like that where it's like, well, damn, there's a year down the drain because like, who's going to beat these teams, man? I mean, let me know in the comment section below. Like, do you legitimately think that your team could beat either the Lakers or the Nets in a 7-game basketball series, man? Now, if you're a Lakers or Nets fans, then yeah, you probably think you can beat the other. But straight up. So, yeah, I want to take a quick look here at Andre Drummond. Because, like I said, man, I love the signing. Now, the biggest issue with Drummond, especially this season, like, he is historically shooting a very low field goal percentage for a guy that literally is only around the basket. I do think a lot of that's going to change, though, because, you can just look like historically, like, okay, let me shrink this down here. I'll edit all this out here, man. Yeah, this is all going to get edited out here, man. Here we go. Yeah, this is, I hired an editor and worked for Steven Spielberg. There we go, man. Perfectly edited. You guys didn't even catch a blink of that, did you? But I'm going to say straight up, like, historically, he's fine around the basket. Now, a lot of that, too, was, getting Cleveland, stuff like that. Like, there was no point where I thought that, like, Cleveland's team was better or worse than, like, the teams he was on with the Pistons. The Pistons were at some pretty bad teams. But, to the extent where Drummond's never played with LeBron James or Anthony Davis. So I think finishing around the basket, I think he's going to be a better version of last year's Dwight Howard on the Lakers. I think that's fair to say. And even so, man, like, playing with like Colin Sexton and guys like that are pretty good scorers on Cleveland, he's still averaging 18 points, 14 rebounds per game. And there's one thing about him you guys are going to see. There's one thing about him you guys are going to see in LA. He's a much better defensive player than he's given credit for. He's always a decent shot block and get about 1-2 blocks per game. He's got actually really good hands. He's got really good hands. He's very good in the passing lanes and stuff like that. There's some cases where he is kind of a bit slower and stuff, so you do have more of like a small ball center. That doesn't always work. And, his free throw percentage this season actually nearly a career high at about 60% going back to his 2018 season where he made the All-Star team, by the way. It's just crazy, man. In 2018, look at this. The man averaged 16 rebounds per game. And he was an all-star that year, man. Literal all-star. Like, to make the all-star team, it's difficult to do in the NBA, and that was not that long ago. So you look at the numbers compared now. For one, he's playing like 5 less minutes. Still 18 points, 14 rebounds per game. Like, there was once upon a time where Drummond was viewed as a very talented center, and the numbers are still relatively the same. It's just the style of the NBA now. So I do think it's a mix where maybe what Drummond does on paper is not like as sought out anymore in a small baller NBA. But at the same time, too, I don't think Drummond is as bad as he's been given credit for over the years. And so once again, man, it's just gonna be so annoying. It's gonna be so annoying just hearing like the shit that Drummond's gonna be doing for the Lakers is the same stuff he was doing for Cleveland and Detroit. It's just like. But now because he's on the bigger market team, people are going to be like, oh my God, like, yeah, Drummond's actually pretty good. Drummond's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's going to be so annoying, man, as a fan of the small market team. But I'll get over it, man. Like I said, it's not like my team's doing anything this season or next season or probably in my lifetime anyway. So it's completely fine. It's just, I thought it was ironically funny. Just like that delusion. Like I hate using the word delusion all the time. I feel like there's a better word for it. Incompetence, maybe, would be a good word. But just going from like literally a guy that, look at the numbers, they're pretty similar. It's going to be so funny here in bottom of Detroit. But I'm also wondering how his numbers are going to be affected playing with some of these other guys. Because the thing, I will say, the worst aspect of Drummond's stats is that typically for him to like get the 18 points a game or whatever, you do typically have to run things through him. I will say Lakers, email, AOL Instant Messenger, your cell phone, whatever you have to do, man. Make sure you contact that Lakers management and make sure you let them know that if Drummond puts up a hook shot, then he will get his ass benched, man. Literally, there is no signature salty-ass play that I've seen more than a Drummond hook shot. I've seen it so many times. What he will do is he will get position, and then he will put up just like this awkward hook shot, man. It's not like, I know you all have seen like Kareem and Will Chamberlain and stuff like that, man. But this is like the mind of Isaiah Thomas, not the Pistons one, the Boston Celtics, like, 5'6" player. His hook shot is like a 5'6" Isaiah Thomas inside the mind of a 7-footer, but still thinking he's 5'6" trying to put up a hook shot, man. It's literally that awkward, okay? So, keep that away. But that is an issue with Drummond at times, is that sometimes he does literally slow down the offense in a very disgusting way, where it's like you have like the good flow to the game going, then all of a sudden Drummond gets the ball in the post, and you feel like time has just slowed down completely, man. Like, we ain't talking daylight savings time, man. We're talking, like, lifetime savings time. Like, it's that type of slowdown, okay? So that's one thing about him. But that's going to be the interesting part about this, too. I'm very curious how Drummond gets utilized in this team. Because I think in the short term, looking at the roster this season, man, I feel like in the short term, it's going to be pretty nice using him out there because obviously, like, he is used to being, like, a top 2 option on a team. And with, like, LeBron James and Anthony Davis being out for a bit, no, Drummond's not going to, like, lead you to wins, obviously, because, historically, he doesn't do that as number 1, number 2 option. But he will be a good guy to have out there to get you some offense and stuff like that while those 2 guys are out. So, I don't really expect him to close games. I don't think he's going to start either. I think Montrezl will probably still get the start over him. But he has potential to, if he goes out there with the mindset and, if Laker fans have the mindset of what you want him to be, he could be a good player to go out, catch some lobs. Like I say, he's not fishing the greatest around the basket, but historically he does fine, and grab some rebounds. If he can help this team crazily, defensive rebound, stuff like that, that right there is already an asset to the squad that's going to help them get past a lot of other teams out there, man. There's quite a few teams out there, it seems like, that do struggle rebounding-wise, and just having that could be a game changer. But if he comes in LA with the Hollywood mindset where he wants to be a big 3 with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, that is where it could potentially fail. So I'm very curious how this is all going to work out, man. In the end of the day, like I said, I've never been a big time Drummond hater. Like, I was clearly not happy when he went to Cleveland but that wasn't Drummond's fault. That was more so the fault of we couldn't get nothing for him. But at the same time, the reason we didn't get nothing for him is just like the type of center he is. And that's the difference, man. That's why I'm like, we're going to see both sides of the spectrum. We're going to see Drummond, where he just like was worth a second round draft pick in Brand Knight. And now we're going to see the delusional Laker fan, every single Laker fan, the delusional Laker fan treat him like he is the next greatest center out there, right, man? So it's going to be funny to witness stuff, but also a little bit annoying. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section below. What do you expect from Drummond? Do you feel like he is going to actually, like, embrace this role on the team? Or do you think it's going to be a circumstance where he tries to do a little bit too much, he tries to be a little bit too fancy out there, and it's going to end up hurting the team, guys? If you're a team like the Nets or I don't know, any good basketball team out there, do you guys feel threatened by the Lakers getting Andre Drummond, or do you feel like it's not a big deal? I think it's going to be a bigger deal than people are going to give it credit for. I think it's going to be a bigger deal, and the fact of the matter, a 7-footer, and 6'10", however tall he is, man. How tall is Drummond these days? Last time I saw he was like 6'10". Yeah, 6'10". Big Penguin's his nickname, by the way, man. There you go, Big Penguin. There you go. But yeah, in the end of the day, I think he's going to be better than he's going to give credit for, and he's going to be an impactor on the team. Real quick here before we end off this video. So 18 points, 14 rebounds. I do want to see what Dwight Howard averaged last year on the Lakers because, like I said, I'm expecting a similar role. So Dwight Howard last season down to about 8 points, 7 rebounds per game. I mean, Dwight Howard's got like an emotionalist to him, like an emotion to him, more in like a fun, friendly type of way. But, like, Drummond literally gets caught up in his feelings sometimes, man. That's the only thing I'm nervous about is that he does not embrace the role. So we'll see, guys. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comment section. Like, also, what you're watching, man. And peace out. Oh, my God, where is my... Okay, here we go. Stop.